King Lear by William Shakespeare. Welcome to this gripping and emotional summary of King Lear, one of William Shakespeare's most profound tragedies. Written in the early 17th century, King Lear is a tale of power, betrayal, madness, and redemption. Set in a kingdom torn apart by greed and ambition, this play delves into the complexities of human nature, exposing the fragility of familial bonds and the devastating consequences of pride and deception. Join us as we unravel the tragic journey of King Lear and his kingdom, a story that resonates with timeless themes of love, loyalty, and the human condition. Act 1, The King's Folly. The play begins with King Lear, an aging monarch, deciding to divide his kingdom among his three daughters, Goneril, Regan, and Cordelia. In a moment of vanity and poor judgment, Lear devises a love test, asking each daughter to declare how much she loves him. Goneril and Regan, the elder daughters, flatter their father with grandiose and insincere professions of love. Cordelia, the youngest and most honest daughter, refuses to engage in flattery. She simply states that she loves Lear, according to her bond, no more nor less. Enraged by what he perceives as a lack of affection, Lear disowns Cordelia and banishes her from the kingdom. The King of France, impressed by Cordelia's integrity, marries her despite her lack of a dowry. Meanwhile, Lear divides his kingdom between Goneril and Regan, trusting them to care for him in his old age, a decision that sets the stage for his downfall. In a parallel subplot, the nobleman Gloucester is deceived by his illegitimate son, Edmund, who schemes to discredit his legitimate brother, Edgar. This subplot mirrors Lear's story, highlighting themes of betrayal and familial discord. Act 2, The Seeds of Betrayal. Lear quickly discovers the consequences of his misplaced trust. Goneril and Regan, now in control of the kingdom, begin to undermine and mistreat their father. Goneril is the first to betray him, refusing to provide him with the respect and care he expects. When Lear turns to Regan for support, he finds her equally cold and ungrateful. Meanwhile, Edmund's manipulations deepen the rift in Gloucester's family. He tricks Gloucester into believing that Edgar is plotting against him, forcing Edgar to flee and disguise himself as a mad beggar named Poor Tom. Lear's growing realization of his daughter's betrayal begins to unravel his mind. Stripped of power, dignity, and the love he once took for granted, Lear spirals into madness, wandering the heath during a raging storm. The storm becomes a powerful symbol of his internal turmoil and the chaos engulfing his kingdom. Act 3, Madness and Loyalty. As Lear descends into madness, he finds unexpected loyalty in his former servant, the disguised Kent, and his fool, who provides poignant commentary on Lear's plight. Together, they brave the storm, while Lear wrestles with his guilt and growing awareness of his folly. In the subplot, Gloucester also faces the consequences of his misplaced trust. When he learns of Edmund's betrayal and his daughter's cruelty toward Lear, Gloucester attempts to help the king. Regan and her husband, Cornwall, punish Gloucester by gouging out his eyes, leaving him blind and helpless. Despite his suffering, Gloucester finds redemption through his faithful son, Edgar, who remains by his side in disguise. Their journey parallels Lear's, as both men learn painful lessons about loyalty and love. Act 4, Redemption and Reconciliation. As the story reaches its emotional climax, Cordelia returns to England with an army to rescue her father. She finds Lear, now a broken man, and their reunion is deeply moving. Lear, humbled and repentant, recognizes Cordelia's steadfast love and seeks her forgiveness. Meanwhile, Edgar continues to protect Gloucester, guiding him through his despair. Gloucester, though physically blind, gains a deeper understanding of truth and loyalty, mirroring Lear's journey toward self-awareness. In the court of Goneril and Regan, jealousy and ambition lead to internal conflict. Both sisters are in love with Edmund, and their rivalry spirals into chaos. Act V, The Tragic End. The final act brings the tragedy to its devastating conclusion. Lear and Cordelia are captured by Edmund's forces, and Edmund secretly orders their execution. However, Edgar confronts and kills Edmund in a duel, exposing his villainy. Though Edgar's heroism saves the kingdom from further treachery, the cost is immeasurable. Cordelia is hanged before she can be rescued, and Lear, heartbroken by her death, dies of grief. Gloucester, overwhelmed by his suffering and the weight of his redemption, also passes away. In the end, the stage is littered with the bodies of the play's key figures. The few survivors, including Edgar and Kent, are left to pick up the pieces of a shattered kingdom. Themes and reflections. King Lear is a profound exploration of human nature, delving into themes that remain deeply relevant. Pride and power. Lear's downfall begins with his hubris, highlighting the dangers of arrogance and the loss of self-awareness. Betrayal and loyalty. The play examines the fragility of trust and the enduring power of loyalty, even in the face of betrayal. Suffering and redemption. Through suffering, both Lear and Gloucester gain insight and achieve a deeper understanding of themselves and those around them. Madness and wisdom. Lear's descent into madness strips away his illusions, allowing him to see the truth about his daughters and his own failings. Conclusion. King Lear is a haunting and unforgettable tragedy, a story that lays bare the complexities of love, loyalty, and the human spirit. Shakespeare's masterful storytelling and timeless themes challenge us to reflect on our own lives and relationships, reminding us of the fragile balance between power and humility, trust and betrayal. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey through King Lear. This masterpiece of literature continues to resonate, offering profound insights into the human condition.